we have the dedicated representative of the people, the Honorable MP, Shri SHASHI THAROOR, for the special address. Sir, please.
Thank you, and welcome to all of you, especially those who've come from other locations, to beautiful Thiruvananthapuram, our state capital. My dear friend, Shri P. Rajiv, the Industries Minister, who's presiding over this function today, the other distinguished members on the dais, Mr. Pranav Chaudhary, Srimati Sharada Muralidharan, our dear Industry Secretary, Principal Secretary, Shri A.P.M. Mohammad Hanish, who has been steering this since we began this morning, Mr. K.S. Srinivas, Principal Secretary Ports, all the other very, very distinguished individuals on the dais, and of course all of you in the audience. Good morning, and it's a real pleasure to be here with you on this extremely important conclave. When the first mothership, the San Fernando, docked at Vizhinjam International Port not too long ago, it marked a historic moment for us in Kerala, and for me and my colleagues here in Thiruvananthapuram particularly. It proved again that we too have salt in our blood, a symbol of our deep connection with the sea and our resilience as a people. The phrase salt in our blood carries profound meaning. Scientifically, the salty nature of human blood mirrors the salt in the seawater, a testament to our evolutionary origins from the ocean. Life itself began in the salty seas, and over millennia, humans not only emerged from this connection, but also thrived by conquering the seas through voyages and maritime trade. The sea has shaped human history, culture, progress, and of course trade, becoming an integral part of our identity. For Kerala, with its long coastline and maritime heritage, the sea has always been a lifeline. The Vizhinjam International Deepwater Port symbolizes our entry into the 21st century maritime world, connecting us to global trade and reaffirming our bonds with the ocean. I do want to stress, as a fan of history, that Vizhinjam was a major port many, many centuries ago. In fact, there is evidence of this port functioning in the Sangam era, from the 4th century BC to the 4th century CE. There is a reference in ancient Roman texts, like the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, to a port here which was described as Balita. No one could pronounce the Malayali ur, so it became Balita. And so Vizhinjam has been recorded in ancient Roman texts. It was certainly a part and a major commercial center in the kingdom of Venad between the 8th and the 12th centuries, and a key port in the Chera, Chola, and Pandya kingdoms. But today, or rather not today, but yesterday, over the centuries, it got reduced to a mere fishing village. Now it is once again reviving itself to become a major port and to assume the ancient importance it always had. As the longest-serving director of the board of the Vizhinjam International Seaport Limited, I must say I reflect on this moment with pride. I was nominated to that position in 2011 by the then Chief Minister, late Sri Oman Chandi, and graciously asked to continue by the current Chief Minister, Sri Pinarayi Vijayan. And I've had the privilege of contributing to this ambitious project from the very start. Over the years, I've witnessed its growth and challenges, and as Mr. Hanish graciously mentioned, I've served as an advocate for its vision and its progress. Over the years, the project has undergone significant transitions in leadership and, of course, very many different managing directors, CEOs, dedicated officers bringing their expertise. Today, as you've seen, the project is under the capable leadership of officials like Mohammad Hanish and Divya Iyer, who spoke first this morning, who are spearheading its efforts with exemplary vision and dedication. And whatever you may hear about the politics of Kerala, I'm pleased to say we're all working as a team to realize this dream and this vision for all of us. Now, India, as you know, suffers from high logistics costs because of the lack of direct calls by main shipping lines and the lack of a domestic transshipment port capable of handling the big giants. We have a 7,500 plus kilometer coastline, nearly 200 ports, but most Even our 13 so-called major ports have a depth of merely between 9 to 11 meters, as a result of which we could not dock or service any of the bigger ships now plying international waters. They offload goods in foreign ports. Now, we in Kerala had the vision to realize that ships were getting bigger and bigger. Increasingly, in order to reduce logistics costs on a per container basis, larger container ships began to be manufactured. At the time that I became an MP, the largest ones were 12, 13,000 TEUs. Then new ones were coming on stream, 14, 16, 18, 20, and we even seen 24. And the result is that because in the old days we were not equipped for such ships, our economy was helping to pay, let's be very blunt about it, for ports like Colombo, Salalah in Oman, Tanjung Pelapas in Malaysia, while our exports remained relatively uncompetitive and our imports became more expensive. The Indian economy would have remained less competitive compared to those of China, Singapore, or Malaysia until we had created a thriving domestic deep-water transshipment terminal. That was why we came up with the concept of Vizhinjam as the most practical and immediate answer. Vizhinjam is the deepest natural port in India. There's an operating drift, as Mr. Pranav Chaudhary mentioned, of 18 already and up to 24 meters with minimal littoral drift, which means that little or no maintenance dredging would be required, and O&M, or operating and maintenance costs, would be minimized. It is close, as has been told to you already, to the key international shipping lanes, just some 8 to 10 nautical miles away. And being a greenfield port, it has no legacy issues, not even the unionization that some of you have feared, perhaps with less cause these days, but that's not there. Its strategic location on the tip of the peninsula provides excellent connectivity, and I see our finance minister who will inaugurate this is here. Welcome to my old parliamentary colleague, Mr. Balagopal. It provides not just proximity to the international shipping lanes, but equidistance from both the west and east coast Indian ports. Since Vizhinjam has been built from scratch, it deploys the best-in-class equipment without being burdened by legacy facilities. It is highly mechanized and has world-class efficiency, with a longer breakwater, deeper draft, and the bigger turning basin that 21st century ports require. And you heard already from Mr. Chaudhary about the second phase plans. We have already been able to receive a 24,000 TEU ship, the Claude Girardet, in September, and Vizhinjam will handle the largest ships in the world as efficiently as Singapore, Hong Kong, or Rotterdam for decades to come. Despite numerous challenges, including the COVID-19 pandemic, successive floods in Kerala, and the Oki cyclone, the unwavering commitment of all stakeholders has been instrumental in driving the project forward. We all know that mega infrastructure projects like Vizhinjam require sustained effort, patience, and collaboration. While the port signifies a giant leap for Kerala's development, it's vital, of course, to ensure that its benefits are inclusive and sustainable. As a political representative, I want to ensure, of course, that the first benefit goes to the local communities who've given up so much of their homes, livelihoods, and dreams to make Vizhinjam a reality. The direct and indirect job opportunities that this port will provide are extremely important for us, but we share the vision that has already been outlined today by Mr. Hanish, by Mr. Chaudhary, that we want to see this place becoming a gateway cargo port. And as Divya has already said, and I've been advocating for many years, we would love to see a cruise terminal being added so that the enormous tourist potential of this area will make Vizhinjam not just a major cargo and transshipment hub, but a major top-tier tourist destination, which would benefit the entire region, including Thiruvananthapuram, central Kerala, and the southern tip of Tamil Nadu. Kanyakumari is less than an hour and a half's drive away. All of this will unlock enormous opportunities in the hinterland, Local businesses will obviously utilize the port's logistical advantages to create products and services that connect Kerala to national and global markets. This will unlock all these opportunities I mentioned, attract more investments to our state, and, as has been suggested, the potential of making this entire area a major industrial hub with food processing, including fish processing, electronics, apparel, and value-added manufacturing. All of this will certainly be on the anvil in the years ahead. I do want to acknowledge, and others have already acknowledged, that we have land constraints in the immediate vicinity. This is not going to be as spacious as, say, a Mundra port is. But if you listen to what Mr. Hanish suggested and talked about the larger hinterland, the larger sub-region, and you think of that as your industrial region, then you do have very much the land space available for what you want to do. And there's no question that in the vicinity, not immediately in Vizhinjam, but not too far away, the port's development can facilitate the establishment of ship repair yards, logistics parks, logistics and consolidation hubs, Mr. Chaudhary mentioned, other ancillary industries, further strengthening our economy and your businesses. Crew changes, container repair services, related activities will create other opportunities. For a transformative project like the Vizhinjam International Deepwater Port to achieve its full potential, it's crucial to involve and educate all stakeholders. And that's why political representatives, myself and the many others locally elected here, will have to play our own part in ensuring that the success of the port depends not just on the infrastructure, but also on the collective efforts and participation of the local community, local entrepreneurship, and the younger generation, because it's their future that we are building through Vizhinjam. I do want to stress that Vizhinjam International Deepwater Port is more than just a transshipment hub. It is a gateway to opportunities that can transform Kerala's economy. For this transformation to be meaningful, development must be inclusive, sustainable, and equitable. By empowering local communities, fostering entrepreneurship, and adhering to environmental safeguards, which are very important to us in Kerala, Vizhinjam can become a model of progress that benefits all stakeholders. Under the continued leadership of these dedicated officers you're already meeting this morning, this project has the potential to become a beacon of sustainable development, ensuring prosperity for generations to come. It is more, therefore, Vizhinjam is more than just a symbol of infrastructure. It is a testament to Kerala's boundless potential and enduring spirit. Nestled in the lap of a land blessed with verdant landscapes, pristine coastlines, and a rich cultural legacy, this project stands as our bridge, one more bridge, between tradition and modernity, between the ancient eras I talked about when Vizhinjam first got recorded and the 21st century. Kerala is an inclusive land where every voice matters and every dream is cherished. As the waves of the Arabian Sea kiss our shores, this port becomes a doorway, not just to global trade, but to a future where prosperity is shared, where development uplifts the marginalized, and where every stakeholder has a stake in the collective success of all of us. In the heart of Kerala's unparalleled natural beauty, this port must remind us to strike a delicate balance between growth and preservation, progress and compassion. Together, let us ensure that Vizhinjam is not just a story of economic growth, but a tale of our society, a society that dared to dream and worked as one, rising above our political differences to create a future as bountiful as its land and as enduring as its people. I thank you all for listening to me so patiently. I wish Vizhinjam, as always, great success. Jai Hind.